Hello, it's Abiza Ulfah. How is it going, guys? Alhamdulillah, I hope you all guys in a well condition. Amin ya Allah. So today I'm gonna show you all my lesson plan that I've made before, and let's check it out. Okay guys, it is my lesson plan. In the name of teacher, of course, my name Hafiza Ulfah, MPD MA. The name of school, MAS Hidayatullah Martapura. I use my previous school. S means swasta. Subject, of course, English. Grade, I got 11. The topic is about party time. You can see at the book that is given by Miss Daya, chapter 3. Text type about short functional text, and I focus about invitation. The skill that I use is 2 skills, which is writing and speaking. Time allocation 1, time 13 minutes. Well, we skip about core competence. There are 3 basic competence. We begin at 3.3. At the basic competence, to compare social function, text structures, and linguistic elements of some specific text in the form of official invitation by providing and requesting information related to school or workplace according to the context of their use. While in indicators 3.3.1, to analyze information of short functional text about formal invitation. So in this lesson plan, I just focus to formal invitation. 3.3.2, to describe information of short functional text about formal invitation. It's 4.3, official invitation text. 4.3.1, to capture contextual meaning related to social function, text structure, and language elements, specifically in the form of formal, oral, and written invitation related to school or workplace activities. And then 4.3.2, to compile special texts in the form of formal, oral, or written invitation related to school or workplace activities, taking into account social function, text structure, and linguistic elements correctly and in context. While in indicator 4.3.1.1, to create short functional text about simple formal invitation that is good, interesting, and precise. And then 4.3.2.2, it is to perform short functional text about simple formal invitation that is good, interesting, precise in front of the class. It is my objective. In the end of class, the students will be able to analyze the generic structure of short functional text about formal invitation. And the second point is about the students will be able to design short functional text about formal invitation that is related to school or workplace through group discussion in a good grammar. The students will be able to perform their own short functional text about formal invitation orally in front of the class in loudly and in a good grammar. Religious, nationalist, integrity, and mutual cooperation. Next, about learning materials. In a regular learning materials, fact, starting, responding, expected, or unexpected. The second is concept, social function, and I give an explanation or definition about invitation. An invitation is written or verbal request inviting someone to go somewhere or to do something. Okay, this is the example of the formal invitation. Text structure. Generic structure is our greeting, contents, and closing. Dominant language features. Simple, precise, and concise words. Detailed information. The tone should be friendly and sincere. What should be chosen carefully. The style of writing should be formal. Okay. Linguistic elements. Expression and term use in official invitation. Singular and plural nouns with or without a, the, this, those, my, their, and etc. Speech, word stress, intonation, spelling, punctuation, and handwriting. Okay, I give you the explanation about formal and informal invitation in here, but I just focus in formal invitation. I think you can make informal invitation. We just learn about formal invitation because it's just the same procedure. Design a simple formal invitation, then perform your invitation orally in front of your classmates. Okay. For the remedial learning materials, the students who haven't reached the target learning results must design their own invitation in the condition. For example, like the graduation that is determined by the teacher, then perform their formal invitation orally, at least in front of the teacher and the students who have their remedials. Point 3, learning materials for enrichment. The teacher gives a text to make a formal invitation for their graduation ceremony at school. It is for enrichment. Learning method. Of course, I use scientific approach, and learning model, I use discovery learning. Learning media that I use is LCD projector, laptop, PowerPoint, InFocus, and textbooks. And learning sources that I use is given by Miss Daya and in the internet, and another relevant sources. Next, to teaching learning activity. Time allocation, of course, one time 15 minutes. At the opening activity, I use 2 minutes. There are several activities like orientation, perception, motivation, and giving reference to the students. And then the main activity, I use 12 minutes for main activity. Learning model syntax at stimulation. Then literacy activities. Students are given motivation or stimulation to focus attention on the topic by doing some ways. Of course, viewing, read out or read tools, showing relevant pictures, photos or videos, observing to analyze differences and similarities in some formal invitation text, and reading. Okay, they have to read before learning activities. And listening, students are asked to listen to the material given by teacher which is related to short functional text in form of invitation on chapter 3, page 32. And then they have to design a simple invitation. Problem statement, question or problem identification. In a critical thinking, the teacher gives students the opportunity to identify as many questions as possible related to the PowerPoint and will be answered through learning activities. For example, like asking question about what is invitation, what is the purpose of invitation, what are the elements of invitation, what is the function of invitation. Okay, next, data collection, collaboration and critical thinking. Students gather relevant information to answer the question that have been identified through the activity. Okay, identifying and mentioning parts of the invitation with correct speech and word emphasis, interviewing the informant, collecting the information, reading other sources beside textbooks. Students are asked to explore their knowledge by reading reference books about how to analyze the generic or common structure of invitation. And then representing, and then the activities. Learners do the following activities. The students work in pairs to analyze the general, functional, and the dominant language features of the formal invitation according to the PPT or PowerPoint text. The students discuss it with our friends, of course with their classmates, and then they are discussing, reviewing, and then exchange information about how to make a good invitation. Well, next to data processing and critical thinking, students in their group discuss processing the observational data in a way, discussing about the data, processing information like that. In the discussing about data, they discuss about how to identify structure of short functional text about simple informal invitation, and then how to describe short functional text about simple formal invitation according to the structure. Then how to make simple formal invitation that are interesting and precise, that have been collected or summarized in the previous activities. Alright, we move to verification. In a critical thinking, learners discuss the results of their observation and verify the results of their observation with data or theory in the search book through activities. Okay, adding breadth and depth to process information, that is looking for solution from various sources that have different opinion for develop honesty, conscience, discipline, obeying the rules, hard work, the ability to apply procedures, and the ability of inductive and deductive thinking in being present in front of the class there about their own simple invitation. Include with the students and the teachers discuss together about the simple formal invitation that have been made by the students. Generalization at the communication, students are discussing to summarize. Okay, here is the point. I cannot read all the point because lack of the time. And the closing activity, I use 1 minute. The students making summary with the guideline of the teacher about the important point at the emerge. The new learning activities carry out, scheduling homework, and scheduling project that must be studied at the next meeting outside school hours or at home. Teachers, of course, checking student work and give award to group that have good performance and collaboration. And for assessment technique effective, I use spiritual and social. Okay, this is the aspect of behavior judged by the criteria. Very good for 100 point, good for 75 points, sufficient for 50 points, and less for 25 points. Next, now this is my rubric for writing. This is my rubric for speaking. Okay, the information: 5 for very good, 4 for better, 3 for almost good, 2 for enough, and 1 for bad. Well, that's it my performance. Thanks and bye bye.